Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakakadash, the honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutation to the Akim, to the elect that are scattered across the four corners of this earth, pushing this truth, with all faith and sincerity. I'm the brother Shamala from the GMS Houston camp. And his lesson is going to be entitled, you can't avoid, our destiny cannot be avoided. Right? Because you got a lot of people, that say, you in control, right, of your own destiny. Right? You can basically, make your life whatever you want it to be, right, based on your decisions and your actions. You know that your outcome is basically, just decided upon you. And that's far from the truth, right? Because our whole lives, are already planned out, on what's going to happen. Right? No matter whatever decision we make, right, is going to lead, to that desired outcome, by the Heavenly Father, and however He set it up, right? So all the decisions that you're making within your life is going to lead to that, right? There's no way that it can be avoided. Whatever the Most High got planned for you, hey, that's going to happen. All right. So yeah, this shouldn't be that long. I was up getting some late reading in, and I was reading First Samuel the 10th chapter, right? Going into the anointing, right, of Saul, right, King Saul, set over them, right, just like the different nations. And the Most High basically was kind of like was pissed off because like, man, look, I'm over y'all, right? So basically, the Most High took that as if they was rejecting him. So he told them that he was going to set up a king over them, but the kind of king they were going to set up, they weren't going to like it. All right. But yeah, then Samuel basically met Saul and told him he's going to be king and told him to meet him. All right. And this is, what I'm about to read right here. All right. So he can be set up as king. So just keep in mind that Saul already knew that he was going to become, or that he was going to be, chosen to be king. So let's see how the story went down. All right, so this is 1 Samuel 10 and 17. It says, And Samuel called the people together unto Yahweh to Mizpah, and said unto the children of Israel, Thus said Yahweh, power of Israel, I brought up Israel out of Egypt, and delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of all kingdoms, and of them that oppress you. And ye have this day rejected your God, who himself saved you out of all your adversities and your tribulations. And ye have said unto him, Nay, but set a king over us. Right? So like you see the most I did all this for you, right? But you want a king to be set over you. You want somebody, you can see, because you see the different nations getting into that. You see that they got their kings, this and that, right? But you got, we got the Most High. So the Most High like, shit, what you need a king for, right? Shit, I'm your king. I'm that, right? Shit, I'm y'all everything. What you need a king for, right? But he say, hey, see, ye have this day rejected your God, right? Because he said, hey, I saved you out of everything. I did everything for you, right? But you want somebody else to be set over you. It says, and he said unto him, Nay, but set a king over us. Now therefore present yourselves before Yahweh by your tribes and by your thousands. And when Samuel had caused all the tribe of Israel to come near, the tribe of Benjamin was taken. And when we had caused the tribe of Benjamin to come near by their families, the family of Matri was taken, and Saul the son of Kish was taken. And when they sought him, he could not be found. So the Lord basically, singled out his family so that he can be anointed to be king, right? But he says that he could not be found, right? So, they're like, damn, what's going on? Hey, this is the guy. So, where he at? What he doing? Right? Therefore, they inquired of Yahweh further if the man should yet come. All right. So they like, should, Yahweh, hey, what's going on? Like it's supposed to happen. Like, where yet? Like, what's going on? Like, and he said, Yahweh answered, behold, he had hid himself among the stuff, right? So, well, it's not like, hey, he hiding. He right here. Go over here, right? And you go see him hiding behind, whatever Saul was hiding behind. Just go over here. You gonna see him. He right there, right? He says, and they ran and fetched him thence. So they went and they seen him when you hide. They're like, bro, what you doing, bro? Like, what you all be hiding for? Like, bro, what you got going? All right. You see? Saul probably like, man, damn. Like, how they find me? He probably find him a little good hiding spot. Right? He's like, bro, they definitely not gonna find me here, bro. Definitely not. Right? And it says, let me see. It says, and when he stood among the people, he was higher than any of the people from his shoulders and upward. And Samuel said to all the people, see ye him whom Yahweh had chosen, that there is none like him among all the people. And all the people shouted and said, God save the king, or meaning, long live the king. You see, so we see Saul try to avoid being king. And we know that the whole story of Saul, what happened unto him, right? How he ended up being, a wicked man at the end. The Most High putting an evil spirit upon him. He disobeying the Most High, not being obedient unto his words, right? And he got the evil spirit upon him, and ultimately he got the kingdom taken from him, right? And the way that he went out, it was not pretty. But he wanted to avoid all of that. But the Most High, like, nah, I chose you for this particular thing. You gotta do that, right? Which leads me onto this. Hey, John 15:16, ye have not chosen me, but have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it to you. So, right, the Most High, he chose us to come into this ministry, right? We didn't choose ourselves. We couldn't say that we didn't want to be this, or we want to do something else. We couldn't decline because, hey, we had no choice. It wasn't of our will. The Lord put in our spirits to be gravitated towards this, right? Hey, one way or another, the Lord is gonna get us into this. You see, Yahweh Shai said this, John 6:70. Yahweh answered them, have not I chosen you 12, and one of you is a devil? It says he spake of Judas Iscariot, the son of Simon, for it was for he it was that should betray him, being one of the 12. So Judas, he was gonna betray the Lord. You think he wanted to be that? You think he wanted to play that position? No. What do Yahweh Shai say about him? He said, hey, better for that man, right, that handed me over unto you, right? Because he turned in Yahweh Shai, right? He said it'd be better for that man not to even be born. And you see at the end, Judas, killed himself. But he didn't. You think he wanted that? No, but he was chosen for that position. It go all the way back into Psalms, right? Going into Judas, and he was the person that was chosen. That spirit was chosen to fulfill that lot, and we have lots, that we have to fulfill, right? That we cannot alter because we don't control our own steps. What is this? Jeremiah 10 and 23. Oh, Yahweh, I know that the way of man is not in himself. It is not a man that walketh to direct his steps. Right. So the Most High, basically, we've been controlled. Right. The Most High, is basically making things happen in our life, no matter what we want to do or whatever things are happening according, unto His will, and our every step, right, is going according to His will. Every decision that we make, right, no free will, right. We only have like a sense of free will, meaning like, we can operate in our thoughts. We can come up with thoughts, this and that, go do things, operate in the world, but we like I said, we've been in control, but we can't sense that we've been controlled, right? but it's like we feel it feels like that we have free will, you know, if you can understand that, right? But we don't. You see, the Most High programmed our spirits to react and to do certain things, you know, certain situations, you know, and however the Most High formed us is going to lead to that desired result that He wants in our life. All right, but this is Romans 9, and I started 18. Therefore, had he mercy on whom He will have mercy, on whom He will He harden it. So the Most High is going to have mercy on whom He want to have mercy, and the ones who He wants to be, you know, stubborn or, you know, hard hearted, basically not listen unto His word, be disobedient unto Him. He gonna do that because it's of the Most High if He wants you to listen or not, if He wants you to be obedient or not. It's all up to Him, right? Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. You see, because the Most High, He gotta lead you unto Yahweh Shai. That's why Yahweh Shai said, "No man come unto me, except the Father will see me draw him." Right? It says, "Thou will say then unto me, why doeth he yet find fault? For who have resisted His will?" Right? Nobody resists the Most High will. We can't resist His will. Like I said, whatever the Most High wants to happen, that is going to happen. Whatever the Most High wants to do, whatever lot the Most High wants to fulfill, it is going to happen, whether we like it or not. Right? So it said, "Why do He yet find fault? If we are in control, if the Most High is in control of us, how can He blame us for anything?" It says, "Nay, O man, who art thou that replies against the Most High? Shall the thing formed say to Him that formed it, Why hast thou made me thus?" Right? So how can you say that to the Most High? You can't say nothing. Right? He created us. He can create us and do whatever the hell He want to do with us. Right? We're His creation. It says, "Had not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor?" Right? You have vessels unto honor, right? Things that are used for good purposes, and you got things that are, you know, that are used for other different purposes that, you know, is not so great. All right, whatever those things may be. But a vessel unto honor and another unto dishonor is comparing these unto people. Right? So you're gonna have Israelites that are chosen, you're gonna have Israelites that are not chosen, that are gonna be the wicked, that are gonna be the ones that will be destroyed, the ones that were created with these evil spirits, or that was gonna have a lot that was gonna basically put them in a situation to where they're gonna ultimately disobey the Most High, right, and have to pay for it. It says, "Well, if the Most High willing to show His wrath and to make His power known, and there with much long suffering, the vessels of wrath fitted to destruction," and that's dealing with the Edomites, right? Esau Edom, right? It says, and that He might make known the riches of His glory on the vessels of mercy, which He had afore prepared unto glory. Right? So the vessels of mercy going into the elect. This is what we want to be in. We want to have, you know, the Most High, you know, have a good mind towards us, you know, to basically have good thoughts towards us, like it says Jeremiah 29:11, to give us that expected end, to get the kingdom. Hey, we want to fit that. Because what the scripture say, hey, many are called, but few are chosen. So we don't know. Right? That's why we say we the hopeful elect. Right? What you're gonna have those that are going to be destroyed, right? Because even though Esau is gonna be, you know, a vessel of wrath fitted for destruction, hey, you got our people that, you know, that are just like the wicked, right? They were made or created just to be destroyed. Right? Saul, he was created just to be a wicked king. Even he didn't even want that. He didn't even want to be king. But the Lord chose that for him. You see, dude tried to hide. The Lord said, "Nah, he over there." All right. So it's nothing that we can do. Even when Jonah, when he didn't want to prophesy, right, against Nineveh, he tried to leave, get on the boat to Tarshish, right? Hey, the Lord got him swallowed up by a fish. He couldn't go nowhere. He couldn't run. Hey, you got to do what you got to do, bro. And hey, he was ready to prophesy for the Lord right after that. Like I said, the Lord got His ways. Hey, you're gonna do whatever the Lord wants you to do. All right. So yeah, hey, that's the lesson. Hey, I hope this is edifying to you all. Hey, with that, I'm gonna say Shalom. Hey, Shalom to the brother on the comment board. About the mind. Shalom.